So this happened. There were rumors already that this was going to be the case. The gates to Kimura are opening up for even more hunters. Monster Hunter Rise comes to Xbox Series S, X, Xbox One, Windows. Wait, Windows? It's already on Windows. Game Pass, PlayStation 5, and PlayStation 4 on January 20. I don't understand why it says Windows. I guess it's because it's only on Steam. It might be because it's only on Steam and it's coming to the Windows Store. I don't get it, but it's like it's already on PC, so it's whatever. But the massive expansion Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak launches in spring 2023. Now, before we go any further, let's go ahead and just watch the trailer real quick, and then we'll talk about this.
This is for my fellow hunters! You're going down!
Play it at launch with Game Pass. Sporting 4K 60 FPS. Three the audio.
Let's go for a ride! Here comes the pain!
Coming January 20th, 2023. Now, there's an important thing to actually... Wait, they're going to talk more. Massive expansion Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, spring 2023. And then there's obviously the usual bonus stuff. These are the same things that came with the launch version on Switch and on Steam. They already get the free Armor DLC for beginning players, Guild Cross, January 20th, 2023. Okay, so I have a couple of things to say about this. I'm going to be muting the video now. Just let it playing in the background. And let me just grab a little bit of audio and we'll talk about this. So, first things first. I think that one of the things that I don't like about, because like, obviously, I think this is awesome. I've always said I would love to see Rise come to the consoles and whatever, like all the platforms. PC, especially, it was really weird for me when it came to the PC, but then it didn't come to the consoles. Because initially, I thought that there was potential for it not to come to PC and modern consoles due to the fact that, you know, it was a title developed for the Switch, and therefore it doesn't boast like the best visuals in the world. It looks really good, but it doesn't look as good as, say, Monster Hunter World, naturally, right? So initially I was wondering, like, is this title even going to come to consoles and PC? And then it came to PC, and I was like, well, at this point, if it's coming to the PC, why would it not come to the consoles? It's weird. So now it's coming to consoles, so clearly that means that Nintendo paid Capcom, I would assume, at least I would hope, a significant amount of money for it to remain console exclusive to the Switch for quite some time. As a matter of fact, when the game initially came out, was it 2020, 2021? It was 2020, right? Did Sunbreak come out this year? I'm so lost. It was 2021? I don't know. Whatever. But basically, it was exclusive for a good while. Then it was PC, and now it's console. And I think in a way, it's a little bit frustrating for people on console because they probably, you know, they either bought it on PC or they bought it on Switch. And now they're like, well, fuck. If I had known, I would have bought it on my PlayStation or on my Xbox because those are the platforms I like playing in. There can be cases like that, which sucks. Also, I'm going to be very interested in seeing if the cinematics are going to be 30 FPS as well. Because for those of you that aren't aware, yes, the game runs 60 FPS on PC, but like the Cantina cinematic still runs at 30 FPS. The Ecology videos still run at 30 FPS, which is kind of weird. I think it's kind of weird, right? So there's that. But then there's also obviously the fact that, you know, some people just have PlayStation and Xbox and never got to play it. And I think that for those people, hey, awesome. You get to try it out now. People might ask, would you recommend it? 1,000,000%. The game is friggin' amazing. And if you never played it, you definitely should. And that's just like the way that I feel about the game overall. I think it's an amazing game. But then there's another situation. And that is the situation of it launching as Monster Hunter Rise as opposed to Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. It's like, well, what's the point? I mean, why would you launch with Rise and then launch Sunbreak afterwards when the development is already done? Why wouldn't you just do like a Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak Definitive Edition or whatever? And because, like, look, see, right here, massive expansion, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak comes out spring 2023. So that means that in January, they're going to give you base Rise. And then in spring, they're going to give you Sunbreak on consoles. So it's really, really weird. And I don't think it's a very consumer-friendly approach. Because Sunbreak's already developed. It's not like, oh, we need to port Sunbreak over. It's like, no, it's already on PC. What are you talking about? You're not porting anything. The work is done. So you could just release the whole thing. And it's not like this is unheard of. For a time in the West, we only got the Ultimate versions. Like, we only got Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. We never got Monster Hunter 4. You know? So it's like, it would make sense to just release the whole thing. That's just my opinion on that, so it's whatever. However, now I'm going to bring another very important point for me personally, which I think is not going to be as important for everybody else. I am going to buy the physical edition. I mean, potentially I'm going to buy. It's like I want to buy the physical edition of the PlayStation 5 version of the game. And let me tell you why. If you look at this trailer, I want you to notice something very important. That is this bad boy right here. Can I get it without the fucking 4K 60 FPS? This boy right here is one of the most important things in this trailer. Because if they're putting Volstrax in the trailer, I'm going to make the bold assumption that the PlayStation 5 disc or the Xbox Series X disc comes with version 3.0. And this is very important. Why? Because the cartridge version of Monster Hunter Rise on Switch is version 1.0. For those of you that don't know, the difference between version 1.0 and version 3.0 is massive. It's about 100 to 200 more hours of content on the low end. So if in the trailer they are showing Volstrax, which I don't remember if Volstrax was update 2.0 or 3.0, but it was on the later end of things. If that means that the disc version of Monster Hunter Rise comes with version 3.0 built in, then that is something that I want to own in case eventually they decide to turn off servers or whatever and, you know, I have a problem. I'll have that disc version where I can play the full game. So that to me is one of the most important things because I care about, you know, actually having the full game on disc as opposed to having everything through updates. That would also mean that the Sunbreak disc could potentially actually have the Sunbreak files on disc as well, thus making it the best physical versions of the game. Because again, the Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak cartridge is basically Rise 1.0. It doesn't have any Sunbreak data. It's all downloaded. It's a code. It's all downloaded. The cartridge is the exact same. It's always Rise 1.0, which sucks. Because Rise 1.0, you know, doesn't even have like fucking... It has like, I don't know, maybe 30% of the content of the whole game or something like that. It's missing a lot of things. Because Rise 1.0 was the result of COVID-19. It was really problematic for the team. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. I'm I'm hoping that it is version 3.0, and if it is version 3.0, I'll probably buy it, even if just to own it. I don't even know if I'll play it, but I will buy it just to own it, because I want to own the full version of the game for eventually when the servers go down or whatever, I'll have. I care about video game, what do you call it? Preservation. I care about video game preservation, so. But yeah, fundamentally, good news all around for people that are into that only have Xbox or PlayStation and haven't gotten to play Rise. I'm very happy for them. Now, another thing that would be cool would be for Capcom to come out and say, oh, by the way, also we added crossplay, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. That would be amazing, but it's not going to happen. Or at least some kind of like save file import tool. Also don't think that's going to happen. But that would be good, because it's going to suck if you're going to have to restart for the third time. Now, I know that Sephiren will be wanting to do that and probably fold another 1,000 origami Switch axes, because he's crazy like that. But not all of us are crazy like that, all right? Not all of us are mad like that, and we're not going to be folding no friggin' 1,000 origami Switch axes, man. But, yeah. Those are just my thoughts on it. But like I said, overall, still overly positive. Again, the two things that I wish, there's like three things that I wish for. Number one, they should have just released Sunbreak, the whole thing, boom, done. Number two, crossplay would be amazing. And number three, the discs better have the final versions of the game, so we'd have Rise 3.0 and like the final version of Sunbreak as well, on disc as opposed to it being downloadable. However, if you get the discs and it's basically Rise 1.0, then it's like, oh, ooh, that's a rough one right there, buddy. That's a rough one. But I mean, if you think about it, the Monster Hunter World Iceborne was also a code. So the disc from Monster Hunter World Iceborne basically just has world, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, there's that.